Hey, what is up guys? It is your boy Serge. So I want to talk to you today about what are the top 6 best laptops that are under $1,000 that are considered gaming laptops. Now the thing is, most gaming laptops are pretty expensive, but I wanted to know, can I get a good gaming laptop for around $1,000? What would the performance be like? And what are my options here? So let's take a look at the top 6 brands and see what can we get for around $1,000. So the first one up, we got the Acer Aspire V Nitro. The number one thing about this laptop is its affordability and decent specs. So you're getting a 6300 HQ processor and a 960M GPU, all for around $750. Actually, recently they went on sale for around $730 on Walmart and a few other online shops, and I'll be sure to leave a link down below if you guys want to take a look. Overall, it's just the most affordable laptop you can get. Build quality wise, probably not the greatest, and you can't really expect a lot when you're mostly paying for specs just so you can game. But of course, if you're getting a gaming laptop so you can game, this is definitely the one you want to get if you want to save the most amount of money. You can even get decent upgrades like 4K screen, SSD storage. You can get more RAM and a slightly better CPU if you really want, but it could run you around $1,200 to $1,300. Now for around $100 more, you can get yourself a DELL Inspiron. Personally, I think the DELL Inspiron looks a little bit more plain and has slightly better build quality. It's a little bit thicker, but it also just overall just looks better. I feel like it's not super ugly like the Acer. You have more ports on the DELL Inspiron 15. You have a lot more customizability. So essentially what you're getting here is very similar to Acer, but you're getting the DELL version of Acer. So very similar specs. Price-wise, you're looking at paying almost the same price, but it just looks different. So what do you like more? Do you like Acer more or do you like DELL more? If you like DELL more, definitely pick their product. There aren't that many key differences between the two, except the overall look and feel of the laptop. Both of the laptops that we just talked about, the 960M, they can game really well. You're looking at mostly medium to high-ish graphics with 60 FPS. Now the Lenovo product is around $100 more. You're looking at paying anywhere from $900 to $1,000. But here's where you're paying for the build quality. So again, we got very similar specs. For around $200 more though, you're getting a much nicer keyboard, a much more sleek design, got the grills on the back, the speakers, and overall it just looks better and it's got better sound. So if you're looking for something a little bit more premium for around $1,000, this is probably the pick you want to get. But one thing that distinguishes Lenovo IdeaPad Y700 is that you can also get 3 different models. There's a 14-inch, there's a 15-inch, and there's even a 17-inch. Now, the interesting thing about this right now is that the 14-inch is sold out, and the 17-inch is also sold out. So it being sold out pretty much speaks for itself. It's a pretty good product. It looks sleek, and you're getting similar performance to DELL and Acer, but for a slightly more premium cost. Alright, so with the ASUS ROG GL552, you're essentially getting the same thing Lenovo's offering for around the same price, but a different style and build quality. So you're getting overall a much bigger, more girthier laptop. It's going to have better cooling. It's going to be a lot nicer on your lap than something like the Lenovo, which is thinner, that'll get much more hot. You're looking at a much better cooling system on the ASUS ROG. And overall, it's just a different design. If you prefer ASUS products, this is the one you want to get. Alright, so HP took a stab at the HP Omen around a year and a half ago, and it's like the ASUS ROG and it's like the Lenovo product, but it's the HP's version of that product. Looks a little bit more plain but also premium at the same time. You're looking at a customizable keyboard. Again, you're getting the same types of specs. I would say if you've always been a fan of HP products, this is the one you're going to want to get because this is the gaming version of an HP product. So if you like HP, definitely grab yourself this one here. And here we are to my personal favorite, the Alienware 13. Now the reason I picked the Alienware 13 is because I feel like it has really good design. Overall, when you look at it, you don't get the impression that it's a cheap gaming laptop. You're paying around $900 to $1,000 for it, and it starts only with 4 gigabytes of RAM, which is really bad, but you can definitely up that to about 8 gigabytes and keep the 960M. You can even opt for the 965M, which would be a little bit faster if you want. I have reviewed this particular model, so if you want to take a look at it, I'll leave a card here and an annotation you can click on. But overall, the beauty of the Alienware is that it has the overall best design. Spec-wise, it's going to be about the same, sometimes worse, because one, you have the U processor, one of their CPUs that's a little bit weaker. It doesn't draw as much power, but it's better for battery consumption, and you have less RAM for the base model. But if you really want the one that has the best build quality, this has to be the one that you'll choose. You also have the graphics amplifier, which not a lot of other machines have right now. The number one thing that's going to distinguish it is the build quality, but also the Alien graphics amplifier. Where else you can be able to just add an extra video card to turn your gaming experience into a desktop-like gaming experience. You just can't do that with these other products, which puts the Alienware kind of in a class of its own, but for a similar price. It's quite impressive what they've done. Now, the main difference between the Alienware 13 and all the other brands is that Alienware actually specializes in gaming laptops, as opposed to Acer or HP. They don't really specialize in those products. Yes, they did a good job, but the Alienware still is my first pick out of the 6 laptops in this category. After comparing 6 of these different brands, I found out that for roughly around the same price, you're going to get around the same specs. Now, if you want to pay just a little bit more, you can get slightly better build quality. Now, the thing is, if you want the best value, hands down, pick yourself an Acer or pick yourself a DELL, depending on which brand you like. Because for around $750 or around $730, sometimes even $800, you can get yourself a pretty capable gaming machine. They're all pretty much going to have 960M, which is good enough to run most games at medium to high graphics with pretty okay FPS. You're going to run around 60 FPS, so it's going to be great. You're definitely not going to run on Ultra. For something like that, you would need to get yourself a 1060, a 1070, or a 970M or above. Now, the thing is, if you have around $1,300 to spend, my best advice would be to get last generation's, basically just kind of bite the bullet. Get yourself a thicker gaming laptop that can play games at much higher FPS, and that will run pretty much a lot better. Because the thing is, if you are gonna spend around $1,300 or more, you can get yourself a pretty sick machine. But if you're spending under that, you're gonna be forced to run with a 960M. It'll be good, but the thing is, if you're gonna be forced to run with a 960M for around $1,200, why not spend $730, cheap out on the good build quality, and then just have yourself an affordable gaming laptop for around $750 to $800. If you want good build quality, spend around $900 to $1,000. You can get yourself an ASUS ROG, you can get yourself a Lenovo. All those have much better build quality. And one of my personal favorites now is the Alienwares. So the Alienwares cost a little bit more initially, but you seem to get much, much higher build quality. Personally, my favorite type of laptop style is Ultrabook, but because most gaming laptops around $1,000 to $1,300, they don't have Ultrabook form factor, so I'd rather pick something like an Alienware because I feel like it has much, much better build quality for its price, and overall, you get a pretty decent system. Now with the Alienware 13s, you're gonna get the U processor. Instead of an HQ, you're getting the U, so the U processor is a lot weaker. So for those of you that want to do work out there, like video editing, or that really need that performance, keep in mind the Alienware is actually going to have less performance for work-related tasks, and you might see some slowdowns in gaming, but for the most part, the gaming should be pretty good regardless, even with a low, 18 to 25 watt U processor, as opposed to the 45 watt HQ processors. $1,500. You can get, a 6700 HQ, or you can spend $1,800 and get yourself an HK processor. Overall, you don't need a strong processor for gaming. What you really need is around 8 gigabytes of RAM, and you want to get yourself something that's have a fairly decent graphics card, because the graphics card is really what's going to determine the performance. It's going to be the chief deciding factor. Once you have 8 gigabytes of RAM, you really just don't need to up it any more than that. That's pretty much it. So if you want to save, choose Acer, DELL, or Lenovo, but Lenovo costs a little bit more. If you want to get a little bit better performance, slightly better build quality, you can go ASUS ROG. Anyway, I hope you liked this video. I just want to share with you guys some of the knowledge that I learned this last week here about gaming laptops, because I've been diving more deep into the whole concept of a gaming laptop. I think it's kind of cool to think about and kind of cool to talk about. Have you guys owned any gaming laptops before? If you have, which type was it? And what are you guys running right now? My personal gripe is I want an Ultrabook that's also a gaming laptop. I don't really like gaming laptops' clunkiness, but I do like their performance, but I don't like how weak Ultrabooks are. I just want to merge the two concepts. Some companies are doing that out there right now, but most of those machines seem to be out of my budget right now. So I'll have to take a look at something a little bit more affordable. And I just like the value that you get from gaming laptops that you just don't seem to get from other laptops as much. I wanted to ask you guys, what can I improve in this video? What would you like me to add? And overall, let me know what kind of content you want to see from this channel. I will be doing a lot more Apple products coming very, very soon here, because most of the research that I've done about this channel points to you guys wanting more Apple related content. However, you do like laptops, so I did decide to do this particular review. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and if you haven't subscribed already, well, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and push that subscribe button, and I will talk to you guys next time. Cheers.